So if a father runs around in his underwear, it's devastating. Again, there is this assumption. The reason for a woman's sneeze is because men have a problem. It's not true.
It's so wrong.
It's not bad to consider what men are experiencing, but that's not where tznius starts. That's not what tznius is about. Tznius is about yourself, even when you're alone. It's not out of concern for men, because there's no end to that. So it shouldn't be like you have to cover your elbows and your knees. No, ask men what they have a problem with and act accordingly. So if men have a problem with ankles, cover your ankles. If men have a problem with noses, cover your nose. Come on, that's ridiculous. And what about men who have no problem with elbows and knees? So you don't have to cover that either. It has nothing to do with what men are thinking or I'm sure you may have heard the story that there was a woman back in the days of, in the ancient days, who was very, very beautiful, and men were very attracted, and she felt guilty. She felt guilty that she was misleading men, causing men to sin, and she wanted to die. She would rather die than cause men to... And it's treated like, wow, what a great woman. That was without Chassidus. Without Chassidus, things are pretty much black and white. There's no distinctions made. Chassidus helps us make distinctions. There's the good part, there's the bad part. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. That's kind of das. Chochma bina das. So yes, there is some problem. If you're very attractive, men will... It's not your problem, it's their problem. What do you think to yourself when you get an anti-Semitic remark? But do you say, well, maybe I shouldn't be Jewish? Look what it's doing. It's causing anti-Semitism. Being Jewish causes anti-Semitism. So maybe we shouldn't be so Jewish. Of course not. There is unholiness in the world. Mashiach is not here. Right? But be less Jewish. So if men treat beauty as if it's something sexual, so you shouldn't be beautiful, that's giving in to the evil. That's true. The reason women continue to cover their hair is because you never go backwards. Once you go up to a higher level, you don't go backwards. And there are times when women are in a predicament where they're allowed to take the wig off. Not going backwards is a principle, it's not a commandment. That you're not... Before marriage?
Before marriage.
Because then it's a good thing to let off a little energy. Because you're not using it. You're not being intimate. Yeah. And unfortunately, some of that has kind of infiltrated into Jewish thinking that if a woman is a woman, it's a problem. That's so not, it's so not real. You can't live like that. Besides the fact that it's not holy, it's giving into unholiness. It's like the Yetzer Hara is what makes us do terrible things, right? So we got to get rid of the Yetzer Hara. No. You don't get rid of a Yetzer Hara. Because then you're useless. The whole point is to have a Yetzer Hara and do the right thing. But saying, no, I can't. If I have a Yetzer Hara, I'm going to give in. So you're giving in to unholiness. You're losing the battle. Don't do that. So the whole notion of tznius, of modesty, takes on a whole new meaning. It's not men and women, and it's not like we're standing on the border between good and evil, and one little mistake and you're into evil. That's such a negative description of life. You always have to be careful because one wrong move and you're into sinfulness. No, you're not. We're not constantly suspicious that people are going to sin. That itself is such a negative, depressing attitude. So why a man and a woman are not allowed to be in a room alone together? Oh, because you know what's going to happen. Come on. Don't treat everybody like they're bent on evil. So Avraham Avinu is not allowed to be in the same room with Esther. Why? Oh, you know what's going to happen. Are you kidding? What are you talking about? So why? Not powerful that is going to lead to sin. It's powerful. It is. So intimacy is a reality, not a sin. So there are times when intimacy is kosher, and there are times when intimacy is inappropriate. Not because you're going to sin. Because intimacy should be with your husband, with your wife, not with somebody else. Being alone in a room together is intimate. Not because you're going to sin. So I got to tell you, I don't know why or how, but for some reason, your children seeing your hair is devastating to them. I don't know why. But it's something to overcome. And many children don't overcome it. And they become jaded. Like, what would happen if children see their parents being intimate? Right. Well, why is that terrible? Children who see their parents being intimate are in therapy for the rest of their lives. Why? Why is it so devastating? So a child who looks at pornography is negatively affected, but not like if they see their parents. It kind of makes sense. I can't explain it exactly, but it makes sense that a child seeing his mother inappropriate, devastating to the neshama.
It's also against the law.
You're not allowed, for example, you're not allowed to be intimate. Husband and wife are not allowed to be intimate if there's a baby in the room.
Unless they're under a year, right?
Under a year.
Yeah.
Why?
They can understand or something because they can talk.
They should not be exposed to that energy.
Yeah.
So children in particular are hypersensitive to their mother's tznius. No child should ever feel sexual energy coming from their mother. Make sense? A father also, but not the hair. So if a father runs around in his underwear, it's devastating. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.